Welcome to the highlights of the West Indies-Pakistan clash at the Gabba. This is the first of two double-header matches at the Gabba over the weekend. The other one tomorrow is between Australia and Pakistan. But today's match is vital for the Australians as well. They picked up 2 points on Pakistan in the Benson Hedges World Series Cup table with that win over the West Indies at the MCG on Thursday night. A real thriller it was. The teams for today's clash, the West Indians have gone in with Malcolm Marshall. He comes back into the side. And Courtney Walsh is the one out. He has a heel injury, and that is a very strong West Indian side. Good bowling attack and great depth in batting. Pakistan have included Abdul Qadir, second from the bottom there, the great leg spinner. He's not fully fit after a back injury, but he's included in the side. Imran Khan said before the start of play that he felt they had to gamble with him. There's nothing else they could do, and they hoped he would bowl very well. So the Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table, the West Indies are still well clear, but with that victory over the West Indies the other evening, the Australians from 5 matches, the same as Pakistan, have gone 4 points to 2, and they are slightly ahead of Pakistan on the run rate as well. We join play now with just 1 run on the board. Curtly Ambrose is coming into bowl to Ramiz Raju. Your commentators Tony Cozier and Bill Laurie.
Now, umpire Timmins had a close look at that one and has decided that that's far enough down the leg side to have been called a wide.
Went fairly wide of the stumps there and pushed it down the leg side, and a good call.
And that's got to be another one. Even further down the leg side. The West Indies have bowled more wides than anyone else in the competition so far. That's their 34th. Ambrose has now had 10, and that's more than anyone else. Well, his line is not what he wants. A hat-trick of wides. And supporters here today for both teams, even though the home team is not involved.
A very nervous start by Moeen.
Now this one goes the other way and beats him. Beautiful bowling here from Marshall.
Marshall does bowl the outswinger well. This one holds its line, a little leg cutter.
That's gone straight to Richards at first slip, and Pakistan have lost their first wicket, and that's not a surprise. Moeen never ever looked comfortable. Caught Richards, bowled Marshall, and perhaps that's not a bad thing for Pakistan because Moeen just wasn't with him.
Beautiful piece of bowling. In swingers, out swingers. That one just outside the line of the off stump. The batsman completely confused. The first wicket falls, 1 for 7. Pakistan in a lot of trouble at the Gabba in the early overs.
So 1 for 9 after 7 overs. Ramiz and Amir together. Here's Ambrose.
That's a good shot. Ramiz has been going along very quietly so far, but he got that one right off the middle of the bat.
Yes, beautifully played this ball. That ball short of a length and on leg stump, and he took advantage of its direction there. It was going down the leg side, flicked it away over the man at backward square.
Wicket down. 2 down in all now, 2 for 20. Ambrose strikes. Batsman out is Ramiz Raju for 5. There are 13 extras in this total of 20, and 2 wickets down. Plenty of action, but most of it's in the sundry calling.
Good delivery this one, bit of bounce there, thick edge through to Dujon, no trouble whatever, and that is the end of Ramiz. It's been a painful, very slow innings. He hasn't helped the Pakistan cause much. 2 for 20.
As has so often been the case in this competition this year. Javid Miandad has come out at a moment of crisis. Winston Benjamin comes on. He's taken over from Malcolm Marshall.
Pretty good looking track here at the Gabba. Place you always like to bowl, Tomo?
Yes, Ian, this track looks as good as any we've had for a while there. I said to Greggy before it looked fairly good, and he said it was pretty dry, so it's played pretty well at the moment. It's only did a little bit of sideways movement, which is a bit different to some of the pitches I've seen earlier this season.
That's a great delivery. I think it came off the right leg, or maybe the top of the pad. It was a magnificent delivery. 4 to Armour, 2 to Javid. Batsman really having to struggle out there for runs. There was a big appeal from Winston Benjamin against Armour Malik in the last over. Winston Benjamin is not happy. That's edged and dropped by Viv Richards. So Armour is having a bit of luck.
Fine delivery here from Bishop, a little bit quicker. And Viv had just caught Viv, which is a bit unusual, unawares, and it got onto him a bit quicker than I think he imagined, and consequently the ball's come out behind him.
A few redheads in the crowd. Enjoying the battle here as the ball is well and truly on top of the batsman. 2 for 46 at the Gabba as Bill Laurie is joined by Tony Greig.
That's a good shot too. Amir Malik latching onto that one and smashing it back at a point for 4.
Good player, this guy. He really has got some shots. Good defence as well. This one just wide of the off stump. Malik onto the back foot and found the gap beautifully. One of the convincing shots of the morning's play so far.
Now that's a very slow first 50. 126 balls is totally unacceptable. You would reckon on scoring your first 50 in about 10 overs, perhaps 12 overs. Oh, there's an appeal there, but a little shake of the head. Benjamin doesn't reckon he's having too much luck out there. Well, the first one very definitely wasn't out. We certainly established that one. Let's have another look at this one.
I feel it was thigh pad, but have a look on replay. Well, I was away from the thigh pad. Maybe the trousers, but umpire Robin Baylish not moved at all, just a little nod of the head.
2 for 50, and it's going to be Bishop to continue to Amir and Javid. It's got away very, very quickly off the bat, and into the fence it goes again. Malik plays that shot pretty well. Anything just a little bit wide, he should perhaps go for a few more.
Yes, he certainly does cut well. Bishop's not slow. He was beautifully into position. He's well balanced on the back foot. His first movement's back and he goes back again. He just helps it on its way with perfect placement.
And another wide, and this could be 4. Off the fingertips there. 4 wides signalled by umpire Timmins. This is helping Pakistan.
Must be a worry for Vivian Richards, his bowlers today. They played so well throughout the series, but all the bowlers losing control, spraying the ball down the leg side.
Oh, well fielded, and the big appeal there for a run out. Haynes was the fieldsman. They got themselves a run after the deflection off the stumps, but Malik just got his bat down in time.
He really took his time there, and the throw into the stumps from 30 metres almost. The batsman back in time.
And it's going to be Benjamin to continue with his medium-fast deliveries. It's a nice deflection. And Ambrose fumbles but recovers.
Certainly Ambrose, a giant of a man with a good arm. He's dropped 1 or 2 catches this summer. He's held 1 or 2, but generally his fielding's quite sound. Certainly can throw a ball. Run rate 2.82, climbing ever so slowly.
Richards has a shy, and I think that would have been close. Whoa, he did swing on that one as he picked it up and whipped it down the other end. Javid was, I think, aware of what he was up to.
Magnificent piece of work. Richards there, turning blind, hitting the stumps, and Javid really struggling in the end. Just put his bat down. There's Richards. Magnificent piece of work. And my word, was that bat down or was it put over the line? If it wasn't grounded, he could have well been out.
Amir has a bit of a problem with the muscle in his left leg, and Ramiz has been sent out to run for him. Now, situations like this can cause chaos out there if the batsman and the runner haven't got a really good plan worked out. Now, the umpire is moving over towards square leg. He was standing on the offside, so he's coming back to his position now. It's square leg is umpire Bailash, and the runner has been asked to run on the offside so that he's not in the way of the fieldsman.
Pakistan started extremely slowly, picked up a bit, and it's down the ground, just wide of Ambrose. He might just have got the left hand to it. He has a long way to go down, of course, and Javid deliberately hit inside out to get it away from him. Ambrose getting around and might just have got the left hand to it. Well, he's got that one now well clear of the fielder. So Javed Miandad starts to pick things up. He is a magnificent batsman, and he's come in with Pakistan in real strife, and he's started to pick things up for them. 2 fours in the over.
Once again, excellent placement from Javed, getting down the track, moving down on a line just outside leg stump, so he had room to bang the ball away over cover.
Roger Harper continuing with his off-spinners.
In very good touch. He really hit that beautifully. It wasn't that short. Came off the middle of the bat. He enjoyed that.
Excellent shot. Wasn't all that short from Roger Harper, and it was directed straight at the batsman, so he didn't have a lot of room. He virtually just swiveled on his back foot and whacked it away over square leg. Great shot.
And that's not a bad one either. Perhaps he didn't intend it to go exactly there, but that was the general idea. And it goes down towards the boundary.
Javed, very strong onside player, great determination. Very competitive man.
In the air, and it's Benjamin under it. So Benjamin takes the catch. It was up there for a long time. And Javed Miandad goes to the first ball after the break. Ian Bishop getting the wicket.
It was a well-taken catch by Winston Benjamin. Top edge as Javed pulled away and attempted to play the pull shot. Winston Benjamin came off the fine leg boundary, and the ball travelling into the breeze just dropped on him a little, and he took it well in the end. Javed out, Pakistan 3 for 127.
New batsman is Saleh Malik.
It's in the air, a man gently under it and very safely taken. Carl Hooper out in the outfield, another setback for Pakistan. The batsmen are explaining to one another exactly what they were trying to do. I don't know that Salim Malik's explanation is being readily accepted by the younger member.
No, he hasn't quite timed it here off the bottom part of the bat, but it wasn't really on because the deep end on was out there anyway, and it's quite a simple catch there to Carl Hooper.
And it's Salim Malik out for 3. Here's Bishop bowling to Imran. early 6.
Bishop getting a little bit short there. Imran throwing the bat, and it's a lucky 4, but I mean it's just a little bit of inexperience there from Bishop and pitching a little bit too short and allowing the batsman to fling the bat at it. That's been his major problem today, is a little bit short of the length.
Change in the bowling. Curtly Ambrose is coming on from the Stanley Street end. Bill Laurie's in the commentary box. With him now is Tony Greig.
Full toss, he's dropped it. Hot chance. It's straight down the ground by Malik. Didn't hang on to it.
It's not easy to catch those on the follow through. They've got to hit the hand in the right part. This was hit back quite firmly, and he just managed to get his right hand down there. It's a long way down there anyhow, but he couldn't latch onto it.
Well placed. Haynes does it well. My word, he's fielded brilliantly at backward point. Desmond Haynes.
Good bowling this too. The ball right up there, Yorker length, and watch Haynes stick his right hand out here, a long way out, and then 2 strides and in she goes. Just one.
Up in the air, could be out. Richards will catch this. That's the end for Armour Malik. Fine innings. He's out caught Richards. Bowled Ambrose for 75.
Yes, he's played pretty well. A little slow at the beginning, but considering the fact that he's been injured, not a bad effort. So Amir Malik and his runner get a bit of a hand here from the crowd at the Gabba. This is how it happened. He went for the pull shot, hit the top edge of the bat, went straight up in the air, and Richards moving backwards a little bit and sideways at mid-wicket. Makes no mistake. Another wicket to Ambrose. Malik out for 75. It's now 5 for 194.
Imran quickly to 36. Ejaz now on strike. Full pitch, and he does well.
Ejaz and
that could be
Imran.
6. That's a big hit coming straight down the ground. That's a ripper into the members. Winston Benjamin struck straight down the ground. The perfect hit. 5 for 220. Curtly Ambrose. It's in the air. Midoff's getting under it. And that's out. Ejaz caught it mid-off of Curtly Ambrose for 3. Bishop at mid-off, taking a straightforward catch.
Yes, once again, that one hitting the bat high up on the splice, spooned up in the air. Bishop having to go back a little bit, takes the catch. Notice how he tries to heave it away. The ball's onto him just a little quicker than he expected. And Bishop doing pretty well there, getting back quite a long way. So Bishop out, and Pakistan 6 for 220.
46, back from 1.
Well, there's the gap. The fieldsman moving in mid-on. What he's got to do is hit it straight down the ground.
He's crashed that over cover. What a shot. Beautifully played. 4 runs.
And he's quietly destroying Benjamin's figures. He was very tidy. 33 balls for his half-century. Very, very well played. 6 fours.
6 fours and 1 6. And controlled, hitting the full face of the bat. Benjamin. It's up in the air. The man's out there. Richie Richardson's a big high hit. He's coming around. He's under it. No bowls are called. It's over his shoulder. So Imran survives. Action at the Gabba.
Yes, quite right too. No ball called. That ball over the height of the batsman's shoulder in his normal standing position. 3 hit for Imran. And Benjamin doesn't like it too much.
He's had a pretty rough day, Winston Benjamin. Probably want to bowl from the other end in other games. He's in the game. That's a wide. That's 4 wides. The wheels falling off for the West Indies in the final overs. A little bit of panic, inexperience. Richards rushing in now from mid-wicket to come across to his young bowler. Take it easy. Cool heads are needed. Wonderful recovery by Pakistan. Down the ground he goes. Just the single. Haynes in. Wasim coming back, he's stumbled, he's got to be out. Stump, he's gone. Beautiful bit of fielding by Desmond Haynes. Hits the stumps on the full. Good attacking running, but the throw just too good.
Yes, well, that's not the first time he's hit the stumps today. Akram just a little slow there, but what a good slow. Akram goes down the other end, slips as he gets up. He has a little look there before, and then he slips, and that's the time that the ball was picked up. Bang, hits the off stump there. And that was the end of Akram.
It's a big hit, that's going down the ground, that's 6 more. What an over for Pakistan. 7 for 246, a magnificent. He's got a hold of it, it's going out to mid-wicket. The sweeper's Harper, he's putting in the big ones. A no ball called, and it's 4 runs. Wow, what a finish this is for Pakistan. 1 more ball remaining. No ball called. Richards can't believe it. No ball and crashed away for 4.
So I think Curtly Ambrose thought it was all
It's
over.
back to it though, for 2. Imran not coming. And that's the end of a fine performance by Imran Khan and his team. After 50 overs, 7 for 258.
You wouldn't believe that if you hadn't actually seen it with your own eyes, that Pakistan could make that many runs after being in such trouble early in the innings. Just have a look at this card now that shows them 7 for 258. Once again, the architect of that revival was Javed Miandad. He only made 38 today, but he was the one who steadied things after those 2 early wickets had fallen and after the run rate had almost completely dried up. Nice innings from Amir Malik again. He's a good young player, 75 for 119 balls. Imran, astonishing hitting, beautiful striker of the ball, and a great captain's knock there. His side needed him, and he was there, 67 from 41 balls, 7 for 258 from a full 50 overs, and the bowling figures for West Indies. This is where the problem was. Marshall 1 for 34, Ambrose 3 for 39. Those are the bare statistics, 2 wickets for Bishop, but have a look at those notes there just below the bowling figures themselves. 37 wide, so actually 28 wide balls, but 3 of them went for 4, so it totals up to 37. There were 4 no balls as well, and then leg byes, which you always get in these limited overs fixtures. But absolutely abysmal. No wonder Viv Richards had his head in his hands out there. So West Indies need 259 to win, even on a small ground. It's not going to be very easy. This is a good Pakistan bowling attack.
That's a good shot. Well hit by Haynes. Advanced on the in-swinger and picked it up. He hit that. He really clobbered it, scattering some of the lunchtime entertainers down on the square leg boundary. Just fractionally short. He really is in tremendous form, Desmond Haynes. It's going to be the 16-year-old. That's a fantastic shot by Haynes. It was very wide. If he had left it, I'm sure the umpire would have had to have signalled. But he still managed to get the bat onto it and clobber it through the covers. Desmond Haynes in glorious form. He has played some spanking shots already, and this is a very ominous sign for Pakistan. Flicked one off his toes. Magnificent pull, a square cut, and now an on drive full of wrist, timing, another 4.
And that one was a bit of an inducker. Might just have got the inside edge as well. We need to see the replay for that. He's having a good tour, this young fella.
He's chipping in with wickets and breaking the opening partnership. Was up, and he's gone for it. There's Desmond Haynes, which is his style when he's going. And was it an inducker? Yes, it was. And it was full length, took the off stump, and that's a vital breakthrough. Akib Javed bowling Haynes. It's out for 26, it's 1 for 34.
New batsman is Richie Richardson.
And that's a good shot. They really cannot bowl short to the West Indians. It's the over bowled, it's 1 for 42.
That's a cracking shot. That is just about Gordon Greenidge's favourite shot. He's a beautiful driver of the ball, a good hooker. But as a square cutter, I don't know anyone in the game who's better.
He's beautifully balanced. He's first forward and he sways back on the back foot. Finds the gap, hits down on the ball. His first movement is forward and he's back and bang. Now Wasm Akram. He's unusual. He bowls around the wicket to the right-handed batsman. That's a great start. Richardson not allowing the left armer to get away with a bad delivery. Beautifully played drive off the back foot.
That's the sort of form he's in. Wouldn't say that was a really bad ball. It was just a little bit short of a length. Cracked it away between cover and mid-off. We're still inside that 15 overs, so fielders must be inside the circle. Out. Caught. Wasim Akram comes on, breaks the partnership. It was powerfully hit. But it's the second wicket down for the West Indies.
Yes, he was after him. He crashed the first one through the cover as if to say this man is a danger man. Well, this time he was hitting on the up. Struck it straight to Akib Javed at mid-off, and the second wicket has fallen, a valuable wicket, that of Richie Richardson. Jeffrey Dujon comes to the crease.
Armour Malik just struggling with a bit of a leg strain.
In the end, he's got him, caught and bowled. And he limps away towards mid-wicket. But boy, that's a very vital wicket. Dujon has been playing very well just recently. And it seemed that he was wrong-footed there for pace a bit and just chipped the ball straight back to the bowler.
Yes, it was the pace that beat him. Little bit of in-swing, but mostly the pace that got him. And that leg will improve enormously after picking up that wicket. So Dujon is gone for a duck. The West Indies are 3 for 64.
The captain of the West Indies, Viv Richards. That's well played. Coming back for the second, and that's 6,000 runs in one-day internationals for Vivian Richards. He's the first man ever to have scored 6,000 runs in one-day cricket, and the next best is way, way behind him.
I think Abdul felt that he would have got Richards there. I believe he just barely got the ends of the fingers onto that drive, and Richards seemed to be backing up. If the deflection had hit the stumps with Richards out of his ground, it would have been, of course, a run out. Just touched it, just missed the stumps, and Richards, I believe, would have been also just out of his ground.
Vehement appeal. Salim Yusuf. Vivian Richards. Just a gentle smile.
And that's dropped just inside the boundary. Akib has been very short. He's been lucky to have got away with a couple of short deliveries earlier to Richards. This time he was even luckier that it didn't go for 6.
I think Akib Javed is trying to bounce Richards. I can't think of anything more dangerous.
That was a catch behind the wicket, given not out by the umpire, but there was a snick into the gloves of Yusuf, and Imran just wondering here what's going on. Well, that was a very strange one. There's a ball outside the off stump. Not that one, the one before, which was touched. And the keeper caught it. Umpire signalled wide. They were about to appeal but didn't do so. He's bowled in. That's a good delivery. And that's the break that Pakistan wanted. The young man is really having a tremendous season here in Australia, and to pick up Gordon Greenidge at that stage, a decisive breakthrough.
Bowled off the pads. It was going to miss leg stump by a good 6 inches. Just flicked the pad and then came back and removed the bails. So having said what an important partnership this is, it's broken now. It's 4 for 131.
Abdul Qadir to take up the attack at 4 for 131, and he's worried Vivian Richards with the wrong one. There's a chance for a run out, the throw's back in, Richards is going to hit the stumps, he's out! Yes, sent back by Carl Hooper, trying to get away from the leg spinner. The throw hits the stumps and Richards run out for 18. Shoaib, the substitute fieldsman's hit the stumps on the first bounce, and the great player is run out.
Yes, I think that's a fair bit of misjudgment here by Vivi. Straight to mid-wicket virtually. Good throw, wouldn't have mattered anyway, would have been run out. But just rounded off a good piece of fielding and a bad bit of calling, I think, by Vivi himself.
The pressure applied by Abdul Qadir, 5 for 131. Carl Hooper and Roger Harper, can they save the West Indies? That's a good shot. That's 4 runs. Hitting with the spin, finding the gap. Beats the off stump. There was a half chance there. Didn't quite go to hand. They're coming back for the second. Excellent. Ray could be gone. That's very close. A wonderful piece of fielding by Wasem Akram in the deep. My word, that was close. Through to the keeper's end.
Very good pick-up and return here by Wasem Akram, who was watching the play at the time very well, and it's very close. No, just in.
Oh, it's got him. It's kept low, and it's clean bowled him, as clean as a whistle. Harper, clean bowled by Salim Malik for 6. That's 6 for 150.
Well, I don't think Roger Harper can believe how he missed that, and I'm sitting up here, Bill, and I'm a bit dumbfounded too. It's just gone straight down the off stump, and he's just played all around it. And clean bowled. What more can I say?
New batsman to the crease. Malcolm Marshall.
That's gone. That's on the dog track. Way back. It's cleared the dog track.
Big 6. That's the long boundary down there. And a rank short delivery and smashed away over the top of the dog track and just over the little hedge. Right off the meat of the bat.
I suppose we shouldn't write the West Indies off yet, just looking at that score. They only need 80 odd. Malcolm Marshall's quite capable of doing some damage. I suppose a good example of the West Indies never being beaten. That's just going to clear the fence. That's all it has to do. 6 more.
Yes, this will get Imran's attention. That was a better shot, that one just short of a length and swept away, heaved over the top of the umpire's head and down over the boundary of square leg.
Well, an indication of what the Pakistan skipper thinks of the situation. He realises they need a wicket, and he's come back into the attack himself. That's nicely hit. One bounce into the side screen.
The West Indians just in front of their dressing room. But Akram is into his 6th now. Imran's bowled 8.
Don't know what that's hit, but it's gone very close to leg stump. Must have been an inside edge. I think the bowler thought that he'd clean bowled Malcolm Marshall there for a second.
Yes, we'll see this one hit the inside edge of the bat and just missed the leg stump.
That's the one that Pakistan needed. Malcolm Marshall playing outside the off-cutter.
Yes, he bowls it just a little bit quicker than it actually looks, and that was through the defences of Marshall in a flash. Quickish delivery this one, and back it came a little bit through the gate, and down goes the off stump.
Winston Benjamin, he's got a bit to catch up on.
Akram again.
Right on line again, Wasim Akram. This has been a tremendous effort from him. Looked as though the West Indies might be getting back into the game, but he's hit the stumps twice. Fine bowling performance.
Yes, again, that ball almost the identical one that got rid of Marshall, just nipping back a little bit, and down go the stumps again. Very accurate. Cooper on his way for 18, 8 for 199. So yet another change made by Imran, the mid-on being moved right back in anticipation of a big hit by Ambrose.
Well, Imran picked it pretty well. He was certainly looking for the big hit.
There's not much back lift here. He tries to heave it. Little edge down on the offside there for 1.
Javed is under it, and he's taken it very easily. So Winston Benjamin is gone, and Javed is delighted with that, as are a few of the other Pakis.
Yes, he doesn't drop many, Javed. Certainly not straightforward outfield catches. That one hits straight down the ground in the air, and Javed waiting patiently in the shadows down a deep long on, makes no mistake, and that is the end of Winston Benjamin.
Curtly Ambrose will be on strike because the batsman crossed while the ball was in the air. Ian Bishop is the man who's come to the crease. Oh, that is a joke. No, ridiculous.
Mind you, it's not the first one we haven't agreed with today, but strike. It's about 1 stump wider of the leg stump anyway. That's a bit tight.
And right on line. Well, I think Imran said if you're going to call everything else wides, I better get it on the middle stump. That's the only chance I've got. And a tremendous game from the Pakistan captain. He has led from the front today, and he's been rewarded with a 55-run victory.
Well, that was just a bit too much for the West Indies. The ask was a bit big, and their card shows just what trouble they got into, even though they managed to keep their scoring rate up around about 5 and over. 203 they made. Top score Gordon Greenwich. When Greenwich and Richards were out quickly, that was pretty much the end for the West Indians. 203, and the Pakistan bowling was very effective. I thought Abdul Qadir did very well today. He came in bad back and all, 7 overs for 28 at a crucial time. Imran 2 wickets. Aqib Javed 2 for 49, and Wasim Akram, who's bowling beautifully at the moment, 3 for 27. So one of the problems out there today was the calling of the wides by the umpires. An awful lot of wides. There they are. The West Indians, 28 balls called wide, and 37 extras resulted from that. There were 6 no balls as well. And Pakistan, there were 10 wide calls against them, and 13 runs came from it, and it made the game quite disjointed. Playing condition 9, section B, says any offside or leg side delivery which doesn't give the batsman a reasonable opportunity to score should be called a wide. But the one thing it doesn't say in there, that there should be consistency shown by the umpires, and in my opinion, that certainly wasn't the case there today. Tony Greig now is down with the 2 skippers and the man of the match in the presentation area.
Certainly are, Richie. I've got $5,000 here allocated by the Australian Cricket Board out of their Benson Hedges kitty, and these magnificent gold goblets, which are for the man of the match. And it's with pleasure that we give Imran the $3,000 for his team for winning. And you'll be pleased to know as well that you can take those gold goblets away and go and fill them up with champagne. Very, very well played.
Thank you.
All square now, and I haven't quite yet. Have you just worked out who's ahead in the run rate yet?
No, I haven't. We just assumed that we had to win our last 3 matches.
Obviously makes a big difference having the leg spinner in the side. Just
Yes,
a bit extra.
I mean, we really looked like the wounded 11 today because so many injuries today. But Qadir, I thought, did a great job and at a vital stage for us. So I was happy with him.
Slow start and a really good finish at the end in terms of the batting. But what we were pretty critical of today, and I'm going to ask Viv the same question about the umpires. It seems to me that the Aussie umpires are getting a little bit inconsistent in terms of this wide bowling, and some of the wides aren't really that wide.
Well, I thought they were consistently poor. I mean, they gave such poor wides. I couldn't believe it. And I'm afraid the West Indies suffered more than us because they had quicker bowlers, and the angle after it pitched, the time it reached the keeper was much greater. But I think that there has to be some sort of proper ruling on wides, because today it was quite ridiculous.
Right. Well, thank you very much, and well played today. Right, well, I've got $1,500 here for you as well, Viv.
Thank you very much.
Bad luck. Just to pick up on that point about the wides, do you agree that they seem to have got lost a bit?
I personally felt, that we were a little bit hard done early on in the game, and for some reason the pattern was set, and they had us to continue throughout the match, but I think it's silly. When you look back and see some of the wides, that actually being called, it's just ridiculous.
Right, so you really reckon they should perhaps loosen up a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I'm quite certain that they would have learned something from today.
2 in a row, you don't want to make a habit of this?
No. It's nice to get it out of our system now, because obviously, hopefully, we're hoping to get in the final, and when we get there, we'd like to know that we have all our hiccups now.
Right, well, bad luck today.
Thank you very
the next
much.
one. That's all from down here, Richie.
The Benson Hedges World Series Cup points table: West Indies 10, Australia 4, Pakistan 4, and Australia have a game in hand, and they are also 0.02 ahead on the run rate, and that could be of vital importance. Now, they play Pakistan tomorrow at the Gabba. That is a terrific game in store for everyone. It's almost a sellout at the moment. There are a couple of thousand seats available at the Gabba, or that was the case at the close of play on this West Indies-Pakistan game. But a terrific contest here between West Indies and Pakistan. Pakistan really on a roll at the moment. Victory over Australia, now victory over West Indies, and they meet Australia here tomorrow. For the moment, it's good night.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.